I recently had the pleasure of watching the film Lady Bird. It's such an amazing film, and these are my thoughts on it. The film revolves around this overarching theme of love and attention.
You clearly love Sacramento.
I do?
You write about Sacramento so affectionately and with such care.
I guess I pay attention.
Don't you think maybe they are the same thing? Love and attention.
We get to see this theme in the relationships that the main character Lady Bird has throughout the film. The most notable and important is the relationship between Lady Bird and her mother. They have this super complex relationship throughout the film. Her mother is overbearing, they argue continuously, and Lady Bird often wants to rebel against what her mother wants.
You'd learn to pull yourself up and not expect everybody to do everything.
Despite this, they still have a strong relationship, and this is because although her mother comes across as judgmental, stern, and overall very negative, what she's actually doing is paying so much attention to her daughter because she loves her. Love is often portrayed as this lovely, warm, smiling emotion that everyone wants, but here we see examples of where love is difficult and confusing. Lady Bird can sometimes find it hard to see how all this attention her mum gives her is love. But that's just how her mother loves her, and that's what their relationship is.
Why didn't you just say pick up your feet?
I didn't know if you were
You
tired.
were being passive aggressive.
No, I
You are
wasn't.
so infuriating.
Please stop yelling.
I'm not yelling. Oh, it's
Honey,
perfect.
I love it.
During the film, Lady Bird is going through a pretty important time in her life. She's finishing up high school, turning 18, and thinking about leaving her hometown of Sacramento. However, the film isn't just another coming-of-age story. The characters and the scenes they are in are distinct and directed amazingly. There isn't just the funny kid or the hot cheerleader. Instead, the storyline is littered with these deep scenes and well-rounded characters. And there's also some amazing humour. Not only is Lady Bird defiant and rebellious, but the other characters have a great range of emotions.
Miss Patty assigned you a role, by the way. You just never showed up to claim it.
What role?
The Tempest.
There is no role of the Tempest.
It is the titular role.
There's a great blend of both emotional dialogue and funny scenes. The different emotions don't contrast or clash with each other, instead they complement one another and the film weaves them all together. And it just works. There's so much about this film that makes it original and avoids being too cliché, and I think it does this with mainly characters and storyline. For example, I love Lady Bird's dad. Here's a man that's on the verge of being fired, he can't provide for his family and is quietly suffering from depression.
Is Dad depressed?
Why do you ask that?
The pills, they have Dad's name on them.
Dad's been struggling with depression for years.
I didn't know that.
We see her dad in this super painful job interview, and then straight after you see his adopted son, who's about 25-ish years younger than him, going in for an interview for the same job. And what does he do? Despite everything he's going through, he still wishes his son good luck. And again, that's what a dad who loves his children does. It's not pretty or easy, but that's what love is. What a lad. What a dad. Dad lad. What's great is that the film isn't an escape. It's not a rosy feel-good picture. Instead, it shows how our lives and emotions are far more complex. But in the end, even though Lady Bird goes through a number of hardships, the film reminds us that we all, much like Lady Bird, are strong enough to get through this, and that we'll be okay. We should also give a huge shout out to the actual people behind the movie. The characters are brought to life through some excellent actors. Lady Bird's defined yet varied set of emotions is acted perfectly by Saoirse Ronan, and this is the same with the other characters. Laurie Metcalf, Beanie Feldstein, Lucas Hedges, they all do a great job in this film. Lady Bird was also the solo directorial debut of Greta Gerwig, and she's just done an amazing job of it. And I just can't stop thinking and talking about this film, it's just so good, oh my god! So, what should you do now? Grab your friends, hit the sofa, and watch some Lady Bird with some pizza, pals, and drinks.
Shut up! Shut up!